This video contains spoilers about Persona 4 Golden. If you haven't seen the entirety of Persona 4 Golden, then I highly suggest not watching this video and bitching about it in the comments. Persona 4 Golden Roasts by Michaela Laws. No character is safe, your favorites will be roasted. You. Another protagonist who would literally be good at jack all if it weren't for the omnipresent player controlling you. At least Akira had somewhat of a sassy personality outside of his blank self-insert expression. Let's see you jump out of a fucking window with style, Narukami. You're not as cool as you think you are. Chie. Your entire character has been successfully dumbed down publicly to Fistake and Trial of the Dragon. That is how people will forever view you, unless they're a fanboy who wants your dominatrix shadow form to step on them. Also, pick a fucking voice and stick with it. God, it's disorienting to a Persona veteran. Yosuke. You're so bad at being a dude bro, it's cringy. Like, you make Ryuji look like the damn saint of bros. It's only more depressing to learn that you could have been a romantic option had the director and producer not been a homophobic shitbag of maggots. So much potential wasted just to be a toxic bro. Yukiko. A bird in a cage. How obnoxiously symbolic. You are literally a damsel in distress trope who thinks they're unique because they snort when they laugh and cannot hold their liquor to save their goddamn life. Wouldn't be surprised if you wore a chastity belt. You're only top waifu to people who act like Mitsuo in real life, milady. Teddy. It's debatable on who the worst simp mascot character in Persona history is, but at least Mona doesn't spew puns out of his ass every 5 minutes for the lulz, and can be likable for the depth of his character. Also, Mona doesn't chase after children, so keep your fucking pedo-bear paws off of Nanako. Kanji. You actually have a rather interesting story despite the shitbag director's intent to make it a parody stab at sexual identity, but for fuck's sake, stop trying to pick a fight with everyone for no good reason! Also, did the many fights you got into make you dumb? Because holy shit, you are dumb when it comes to the uptake of certain topics. Rise. You know what annoys me more than a boring romance option? An unbearably annoying kohai romance who uses senpai more than fucking yandere-chan while trying to pass off as a secret idol celebrity for extra spice. Fuck off and drink your waterfall-drenched soda, brat. Naoto. I deeply pity you. You have such a compelling story calling out a male-biased profession and wanting to be treated equally while remaining a woman, but your story is constantly trashed by fake SJWs claiming that you want to be a man simply because of how you dress, which is in direct conflict to your feelings. Shame, really. Your story will never be fully appreciated. Ryotaro. If the first thing you say to your nephew is that you've seen him in diapers, you have a serious parental problem. Maybe you should reconsider the whole overworked and devoted detective thing when your 7-year-old is acting like a damn housewife while you're drinking your life away in your little free time, deadbeat. Nanako. Yep, I'ma do it. I'ma roast this little girl in front of the entire internet. You wanna know why? Because a 7-year-old should be focusing on being a fucking child, but because daddy's a drunken deadbeat who breaks his promises all the damn time, Nanako becomes the victim of a kidnapping that could have been much worse if the Scooby Gang didn't get involved. At what point in your housewife-like mind did it click to open a door to a stranger in the middle of the night? She's a child! She acts like the owner of the damn house she lives in. Is she mature or is she a child? She can't be both. Quit the excuses. Marie. No one likes you. The one character some idiot intern thought was a good idea instead of, I don't know, expanding the other characters. Your poetry is crap, and you were only added to extend the game further than the Izanami concept of world watching and observing humans being miserable fuckheads. It's cloudy with a chance of get the fuck off my screen. Rise is a better waifu than you, Mary Sue. A general roast for the upcoming characters on this list. You're all not important enough to be remembered in full detail. All your development went to making Marie a fucking thing. Yumi. A musical theater nerd with daddy issues. While original, depression is not a goddamn fetish to romanticize, so beyond that, your character is pitiful at best. Join Kyoko from Danganronpa in the I didn't settle things with my dad because he's dead and I was too late to realize my own pride corner. You're not that special, especially when you share an arcana with a band member with self-esteem issues. Speaking of which, Ayane. Very little is more annoying than an apology-addicted lolly character with deeply rooted self-esteem issues. Your story is easy enough to comprehend and sympathize with, but it isn't original or unique in any way. Is this why people choose to help Yumi over you? At least we're not forced to try and romance you as you look as young as Nanako while somehow being in high school. Why do some girls think being a tsundere himedare is endearing? Maybe if you acted normal instead of a rich entitled brat, the guy you like from the sports club of my choice would have actually liked you. You decided to change your image, which is good for your mental health, but then nosedived into diva land and let suicidal depression become a goddamn fetish for a romance choice. Daisuke. Everybody go aw at his obvious "I was heartbroken by a girl, so I don't put my heart into anything anymore, and I'm a blunt, irritable man bro because feelings stick." Seriously, you're not even out of high school yet, and you act like you should be smoking a cigarette at a bar, drowning your superficial sorrows in cheap whiskey. Let the soccer ball hit your nuts a couple of times so you can straighten out and grow up. Ko. If your parents didn't want you, why would they have adopted you? It's not like America where parents get financial benefits for adopting kids, and even if that were the case, your adopted family is rich as balls. You jumped to a conclusion and got all depressed for no good reason instead of just asking your folks how they really feel from the get-go. It's not like they kicked you out or anything. Quit searching for reasons to be depressed. Eri. Being a stepmom is tough, sure, but did you really believe your husband when he said you wouldn't do any work after finding out about his kid? It's never that easy, sugar chaser, especially when you're the epitome of Green Acres. P.S. That's a TV show from the 70s, you rascally little youngins watching this video. Your wispy personality doesn't really help you trying to connect with a kid who seems ramped up on sugar. Maybe take some classes on being a mom instead of making a high schooler solve your problems. The fox. How the fuck does a fox own a shrine? I get Japanese mythos, but kitsune are malicious tricksters who wander around pulling pranks, and this fox is literally a benevolent being granting wishes and shit in a bright red heart bib without so much as a prank out of her magical paws. Still, better than 90% of the social links in this game, so there's a plus if you can call it that. Hisano. Your story is morbid as hell and is probably the most heart-wrenching of all the social links, so props to you for not immediately making me roll my eyes at pursuing your story. How the fuck ever? I still do not believe for a damn second that you were stupid enough to sell the letters you and your husband wrote to each other. Just fucking how? That's the writer's incompetence shitting all over a sad story. Naoki. Another survivor's guilt story. Just because your sister's dead doesn't mean you get to be a delinquent little shithead. Yes, you get time to mourn, but using that to skip assignments and be late to everything really isn't the best way to mourn your sister's unfortunate passing. Get a therapist, do your work, and help your family be better, dumbass. Sayoko. I did not sign up for a nurse hentai, you damn pedophile. What is with Atlas giving us pedophile romance options instead of healthy gay ones? Right, the director and producer's a shitbag. Anyway, maybe you shouldn't be in the medical field if your waning uterus is gonna control your life, Sayoko. Why does it take a high schooler to make you get your shit together? Shu. Being pressured to be the best to the point of crippling anxiety is one Asian thing I understand completely, but cheating on a test? Come on! A smart kid would know better than to risk their record. It would have been a less emotionally harmful fight with your mom to defend a B instead of cheating on a test and getting that on your permanent school record. It probably would have gotten the same result without a traumatic rift in your story. Adachi. You're the most pathetic edgelord to ever grace the free world of fiction. The only reason you shit on reality is because you were never loved as a child and didn't get participation trophies for being socially mediocre. You're a lonely little man who blames everyone but himself for not being genuinely likable and for being bored all of the goddamn time. I'll take the raccoon in the pancake trash can over you any day of the week.